Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, my beautiful hot messes. My name is Mistress Lavender, and today I'm reading Rich AF by Vivian 2. I am on page 250. And before we get started, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn your post notifications on. Let's begin. Cool, because I'm not just bringing this up to be petty. See, in some countries, the government basically does send you a return. They pre-file it for you. For example, the Australian Tax Authority literally just sends everyone down under a form that's like, "Good day, mate. Does this number sound right to you? Check yes or no." So when I hear people say, "Oh, I finally got my tax return from the IRS," all I could think of is, yeah, if only. Instead, it's more like, taxpayer, tax time, cool. How much do I owe? IRS, that's on you, bud. Gotta figure it out on your own. Taxpayer, seriously? But don't you guys already have all the forms and stuff? IRS, oh, yeah, we totally do. Taxpayer, so IRS, like we said, bud, it's on you. Taxpayer, but I suck at math. What if I get it wrong? IRS, prison. In the United States, we primarily pay our income taxes to the federal government, plus state and local governments where applicable via deductibles from our paycheck. Then at the end of the year, our employer gives us a form that's like, here's how much we paid you, and here's how much we withheld in taxes for you. You use that to fill out your tax return, send it to the IRS, and then either pay up what you owe if you came up short, or get a refund paid to you if you overpaid. Or, prison. No, I'm kidding. Penalties? No, I'm kidding. Penalties for filing incorrectly on accident are not as severe as people make it out to be. Minor good faith mistakes are not going to get you locked up. Worst case, you'll just owe the government money, and worst case, you'll pay a small penalty on it. It sounds so simple in practice, but as we've seen the tax brackets, the math isn't that straightforward. People often don't understand the forms they're filling out. They make mistakes and they don't pay the right amount over the year. And while owing money on April 15th sucks because, well, now you're out a few more dollars you maybe weren't expecting to pay, getting a refund, that also kind of sucks. I read that so wrong, I'm gonna keep going. People treat their tax returns like free bonus money, but it's not. It's just your money you earned, money you essentially loaned to the government for zero interest for up to a year. That is not getting your money to work for you. So it's in your best interest, lol, get it, to get all these forms filled out correctly, get your withholding as dialed in as possible, and not give anyone money for nothing. Fine-tuning your withholdings will look different depending on whether you have a traditional salaried / hourly job excuse me, or whether you're a freelancer / self-employed. If you work for an employer, you filled out a W-4 when you're first hired, which basically asks, who are you, how much do you make, how married are you, and how many kids do you have, and uses that to determine how much tax to withhold. This means that if during the year you become more or less married, you have a kid, or you get a new source of income from outside your job, you should go to HR and update your W-4 on file. You want to make sure that your spouse's income, if you're going to file jointly, or your money from your side hustle is accounted for when payroll figures out your withholding rate, because all the money you earn affects your tax bracket, not just salary bucks. Plus, if there's anything that you're ever uncertain about, it just pertains to your day job. You should actually have a benefit manager on the staff that can help you with this. It's literally their job to get the paperwork correct, so ask them for help. If you work a sales job or any other commission-based job, you'll see that your commissions are typically taxed at a higher bracket than your standard salary. People get upset about this, but it's essentially to protect you. If you get put into a higher tax bracket because of your commission earnings, you'll owe a bigger portion in taxes, which could mean a hefty surprise bill come tax season, and that would suck. If you're a freelancer, then taxes are an extra pain in the excuse me. You're the boss, which means you're also the payroll department instead of waiting up until April to deal with taxes. You need to pay estimated taxes every quarter. That's the freelancer version of payroll withholding. You don't get a single W 2 from your employer, but you instead get a 1099 form from every client you've worked with. Paperwork aside, the sucky part is that, unlike a paycheck, which is the same amount every year, freelance income can be wildly variable from year to year. And because income tax is progressive, it's not as simple as just paying 22 cents of a dollar you earn. You have to guess how much money you'll have made by the end of the year and use that to determine how much to send the IRS every 3 months. These payments are typically calculated on your previous year's income, which is at least a starting point. But again, freelance income varies. It's so easy to either under or overpay. You don't want to give the government a free loan, but you also don't want to end up with a bill for several grand. So here's the life hack. Open up a dedicated high yield savings account for just your tax money. Every payment you get, put a generous chunk in that account. I'm talking 30 to 40%. Pay your quarterly taxes as usual based on last year's income out of your account, and then leave the rest there. At the end of the year, if you do your tax return, discover you owe more money, no problem. It's right where you left it in an HYSA. And if you don't owe more money, then the money is yours and it's been earning you interest. Personally, what I like to do now is set aside 40% for taxes, because I know at the federal level, I'm going to be in the highest bracket of 37%. Wait, Vivian, didn't you just say that an effective tax rate isn't the same thing as a tax bracket? What gives? Yes, that's still true, but I also live in New York City, right? My local taxes are going to be steep, and I need to set aside a healthy amount for those too. Financially, if you're a freelancer, get a bookkeeper and an accountant. Seriously, they will likely save you so much time and money compared to DIYing your taxes, and of course, all the money you pay them is a business expense. So, tax deductible, baby. They can also help you get deductions or credits where you could actually get your money back, and that's free money on the table. Why you should not just Google file taxes for free. I'm gonna stop there. I'm on page 254. Again, my name is Mistress Lavender. I'm reading Rich AF by Vivian Tu, and it's a very good book. It's deal with money and how to do it. As a freelancer myself, I'm learning my best, and yeah. But I hope y'all have a great day. Stay safe, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, bye.